Hello and welcome to my porch. Welcome to Johnson Branch Farm. My name is Rachel. If you're new here, almost feel like I should probably give like a new introduction since it's been a minute. Yeah, it's been a minute. Not much really. I mean, a lot's been going on, but not a lot. We've kind of just been like, as far as homesteading, garden life goes, coasting along. We are still trying to do the flower farm thing. That's been a lot more challenging than we anticipated. We thought it would work to put mulch down as a weed barrier, and when I say mulch, like wood chips, we've always used mulch as a weed barrier. We've just used hay before, and that didn't work out so good. We really should have amended the beds before we did that, but we thought it was going to be okay because we've always had really great soil. But it looks like the mulch was leaching out the nutrients in the soil, which is a chance you take with mulch. And it was holding in a lot of the water. We live in North Georgia, which is like a mini rainforest. I'm not even exaggerating. We get a lot of rain. And it was just holding in that moisture, and plants were very stunted, very diseased looking. And so that really set us back a lot. So we're redoing that whole space down there. We're getting up the mulch and laying cardboard, fresh compost, and then hay on top. And already I feel better about it all. We have been having a really great garlic season. We have been selling garlic at our local farmers market, and it's going wonderful. It's so nice to have a win. We have been bundling it in these cute little... This is one from a couple weeks ago, and I'll freshen it up before next market, but isn't it beautiful? This one isn't even all that great. In all seriousness, that's probably why it was the last one with flowers and herbs left, but they are like flying off the shelf. We cannot keep them in stock. People come, people who don't even like or cook with garlic are buying them because they just look beautiful and they'll last on your shelf, and it's great decoration. So we're definitely going to up our game on that next year, order more garlic seed, do a lot more garlic beds than we did last year, and hopefully kind of be known as the local garlic farmers, as well as flowers. And then we're thinking about, if we can pull it off, adding another crop. Here on our farm, and with what we want to sell, we want to just do a few things really well, and garlic is one of those. Flowers, I'm still honing in on that. And then even then, we're only going to do a few varieties and do it really well. I think you can have beautiful bouquets without a whole lot of stuff going on, and still brighten somebody's day. But yeah, that's where we've been at with the farm. Oh, one more thing with the farm. We did rehome the goaties. That was bittersweet. They actually went to a really amazing family. We just are not set up for it. We're not in the season for it. I actually kind of have this joke that I think only one person or animal should be lactating at a time on a homestead, and I'm currently still full-time feeding my 16, 17-month-old. More on that in a minute. And it just... we didn't have the proper pen. One of them ended up getting sick, really sick, in the middle of the night and did not make it. And it was kind of like this moment of, what are we even doing and why are we doing this? We're up in the middle of the night for hours on end trying to help this animal that we didn't have proper shelter for. And then the baby's awake, and it just, for what? We weren't really able to milk because we weren't set up for it. It was just a lot of things. So we're putting the whole dairy animal dream on hold, and I can't wait to pick that back up one day. That will still be a thing. I am actually really thankful for it in a lot of ways, because it helped me realize like what I want, and that it's worth waiting for. I don't have to settle for it. I know what I want. I know what we're going to do different next time, and it's going to be good when the timing's right. So they are in a lovely home with lots of other goats living their best pasture goaty life. So yeah, I think that's it on the homestead front. We still have our chickens. We still have our front yard garden, which is doing really good. And then we still got the big garden. So the big garden will be the flower garlic farm spot. And then I'll always, I think, have a garden. No, I know. I'll have a garden up at the house. Like, that has been a game changer. Having food, not only on my property, but out my front door. Like, I'm a big fan of that. So I will continue on with that, even if it means having a smaller garden. I will always have a garden in the front yard. Our house where we're living right now is on the dead opposite end of our property, which is 36 acres away. So I have to load the kids up in the car to bring them down there, which can be a lot, especially when it's hot out and you've got a little baby and all the things. So having it right out the front door has been phenomenal. What you doing? Sure. Is the baby still sleeping? Yes. Perfect. So that leads like to the next thing. That's the farm update. But on a personal update, it's no surprise I had a fourth child, 16, almost 17 months ago. And that whole thing was a thing. That was a diagnosis of severe preeclampsia, which led to premature birth, emergency C-section, 10 days for me in the hospital, a month-long NICU stay for him, 2.5 hours away. And I did not get the proper recovery time that you should have after you have a baby. There was a lot of medication and stress that went into keeping him alive and myself alive. It was a lot. So I'm currently still dealing with a lot of the health things that come along with something like that anybody goes through. And I'm seeing a really amazing doctor. I'm seeing a really amazing, I don't really know what I would call her. She's a nutritionist, but she's really amazing. And they're both working together to help me nourish my body to not only continue feeding the baby and healing myself along with the Lord. I'm not going to take away from any of that. He's the reason why I'm still here today. But due to the prematurity, feeding for him is really hard. So we're working on that with some more amazing people. So picking up the camera and doing YouTube just kind of seemed like a lot and seemed overwhelming, especially when the garden or the farm wasn't panning out with all the things that was coming up. We weren't harvesting flowers like I thought we were. Everything just kind of stalled and was put on hold because there was more important things to take care of, and that was me and that was the baby. So there is a light at the end of that tunnel. I feel like I'm coming through. I have a lot of good days, but I still have some really hard days physically, like really a lack of energy is like my biggest struggle, having the energy. And I'm motivated, I just, like, my body needs to rest, so I have to learn to listen to that. So today it is a overcast, pretty cool day for July, and I'm sitting on my porch potting up a bunch of flowers. So what I am doing is a trial run here. I'm going to see if I can overwinter any of the flowers. We can do it with garlic, and there are flowers you can do it with. Snapdragon, stock. I've got Rudbeckia, strawflower. We'll see if that one actually works. I only say that because a friend of mine planted it at the end of February, and we still had a few frosts at that point, and it did take some damage, although it came back and it was wonderful. But going through a whole winter, I'm just really not sure, but we're gonna try it. Research says it can handle it. I have snapdragons and I'm gonna butcher this one, amobium, which is another really pretty dainty white flower. Straw flowers, amobium, those are ones I want to braid into the garlic because they're naturally dry flower and they'll last and look beautiful in the bunches. I also do gomphrena and then like culinary herbs in there, and just love it. So that's what I'm working on. The stock here got kind of leggy under my lights, so I'm just I've just got them in these little mini cells, and I'll tell you why. So I'm just putting them in a bigger tray that can sit here on my porch and kind of get some of the early morning, evening sun that's not so harsh. But I use those little trays because this over here, there is my little setup. I've got a little tiny rack with grow lights, and those little trays fit beautifully on it. So I just kind of let them germinate and see what's gonna come up. I also had a little mouse eating them, so that was a thing. And then once they get kind of bigger and healthier, I pot them in the bigger cells. Allegedly, these will go out in the middle of August. So, we'll see. And then we'll put like a shade cloth over them, and then we'll put a frost barrier over them when the cold weather really hits us, about November-ish. And we'll see how it goes. I don't have a lot invested here, so it's worth the trial run, just some seeds. But I'm excited. If it works, we could have blooms as early as like what, March or April? Early spring. So yeah, it would be exciting. We built a little farm stand. Actually didn't really end up needing it. If you don't laugh. But I'm thankful we have it, because if they're in before the market, which is beginning of June here locally, I can be stocking our farm stand, and it'll be really great. So there's all my talking for the day. Got all my words in, and a little update. I'm going to do my best to start picking up the camera and shooting again. I also really want to start writing. I had a blog years ago, would write things and put on social media, but I kind of want to pick all that up again. I'm feeling the stir too, I should say. So normally when you feel that stir, you gotta listen, and we'll see how it goes. So as that comes up and where I post it and what I do with it, I'll let y'all know. But that's just kind of something on my heart, and something I feel like that season is coming. We're just walking into a new season, and that I think is going to be part of it. And then doing little YouTube blips here and there. I actually feel led to share this. Part of my problem when it comes to posting on YouTube is I don't have a smartphone anymore. This is what I've been using for the last like 5 months, 6 months, going on 6 months. I felt very convicted that I was spending way too much time on smartphones, social media, watching YouTube, that it was interfering with other parts of my life. I was really just using it to check out, and that's just not ever a good thing or a good place to be in. So I felt convicted to lay it down, and it has been really good. Honestly, I don't feel like I miss some mindless scrolling. I've been reading books and learning how to grow flowers and better myself versus scrolling. So yeah, that kind of has inhibited being able to post on social media. Hey, bud. Okay. not social media, on YouTube, because we don't have internet here, so I use that to post my videos. It's been really good for me, so I'm probably gonna go back to a smartphone eventually, but in the meantime, little Nokia TCL is serving me well. So that's where we're at. That's what we're doing. Figured I would just hop on here and give an update, because you all have been very good to us, supporting us and watching our videos and following along with what we're doing and encouraging us along the way, that it just feels unfair to just completely walk away like that. So I hope to see you soon, very soon. I hope to see you again very soon. Thank you so much for watching, and may the Lord bless and keep you.